Hey there, Ken Zorvich, NFM Lending. Hope you're having an excellent start to your weekend. So, I want to talk about VA loans. I think every year we try and put out some information on them multiple times during the year because they're so polarizing. And I'll give you some backstory as to why they're polarizing. So, they definitely earned that reputation of being a difficult loan for realtors or sellers to maybe take from a buyer because way back when, probably like up till maybe like mid to late 90s, they were very difficult to underwrite. I mean, it was grueling, apparently. And I think these stories get passed down from generation to generation of realtors about, hey, maybe keep your seller away from a VA loan. It's a difficult loan to do. And I don't think that's really fair. I think it's probably something that maybe was that way at one point in time, but the VA and the process for doing these loans has loosened up. I look at the timelines for an FHA, conventional, and VA loan for us to be the same. Same underwriting time, same closing time. Like we don't necessarily ask for more time just because it's VA, but it definitely earned that reputation at one point in time. The next thing that I hear a lot is that sellers have to pay some sort of closing costs and thus maybe don't take a VA offer. That's not true at all. At one point in time, that was, and there might be some states out there that still require the seller to pick up certain costs. But in the state of Florida, that is not the case at all. We do not require sellers to pay any cost other than their own. So that's not necessarily a reason to protect your seller from a VA offer. I've also heard that VA appraisals come in less because they're more strict. So here's what you want to understand, and this really is the same for all appraisal types, whether it's conventional, FHA, VA. Value is value. If the comps are there to support it, then it's going to be fine no matter what type of appraisal it is. Now, yes, FHA and VA appraisers comment on some additional things that conventional doesn't require, but that's all stuff that would be found out during a home inspection anyway, meaning you're usually not surprised if you go to the property during a home inspection and there's a big water stain in the ceiling because the roof is leaking. You already know it's a bad situation. So if we were to send an appraiser out there, he's just bringing up the obvious, right? So there's no reason to think that a VA appraisal doesn't work. Or I'm sorry, should come in with a lower value. And then finally, I would say, the concern about the VA buyers qualifying, maybe because they're at 100% financing. Listen, what you want to understand is VA loans are the most lenient loan that we have, meaning there's a lot of margin of error for buyers. They can have lower credit scores, they can have higher debt to income ratios. They obviously can do 100% financing. But there's just a lot of leeway when it comes to those loans that you don't find in conventional or FHA. So a lot of times, if you look at the veterans, I would just ask everybody, give them some grace, be willing to accept their offer, even if they're at 100% financing, and know if you've had an issue with a VA loan more recently. I know I said back in the day they were a problem, but more recently, please know that it's probably the lender who did the loan that has issues, not necessarily the loan itself that's the problem. Because you can find that right now with some of these nationwide lenders. We see buyers come from them all the time, just frustrated with service, frustrated with their experience, frustrated with execution, and are looking for some better options. So listen, if you are a veteran out there, thank you for your service. If you know or friends are related to any veterans, please thank them for their service and make sure you give VA loans a chance. So make sure you get in some time with some friends and family this weekend. And as always, I'd love to be in this business in 5 years. If you know someone looking to purchase or refinance, please think of me. Have a great weekend.